Hello all of you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn with Pam. So in this video we'll learn about functions in Oracle PLSQL. So what are the functions? So in which situations we use functions? So all this stuff we will learn in this video and we'll also execute some examples based on the functions. So basically functions are database objects and mostly they always returns a single value. So if there is a requirement or if you want to do any calculations, we can use the functions which will return a single value. Then 97% is used to return a single value and only 3% can be used for returning the multiple values. So next, we can also call function within a procedure or we can say function in function calling is possible. Then again, code reusability can be achieved by functions. So mostly we cannot use DML operations like insert, update, delete in functions. So except select, we cannot do the DML operations. Next, used in mathematical operations. So this is regarding the functions. So basically, if I talk in other words, so function is a named PLSQL block which is used to solve some particular task. And also by default functions returns a single value. As I stated earlier, it returns a single value. Then function has two parts. So first is specification, or we can say it's a function specification, and next is a function body which is similar like a procedure. So in procedure we were having a name of procedure, its parameters and its body. So likewise function is also having its specification and body. So in function specification, if I take an example, let me show you a syntax. So this is a basic example of, or we can say this is a syntax. So create or replace function. So this is a first statement to create a function. Then name of function. So I'm writing the name of function as f1 and a varchar2 is parameter. So it's a formal parameter. So I'm giving a as a varchar2 which is a parameter. So again in function there is not requirement to write the size of this variable, or we can say it's a parameter. Next, again explicitly you have to mention the return type. So again I want to return a varchar2 data type, so that's why we have to write return statement. So this is your function body. So this is your function, sorry, this is a function specification, and next is begin and end block. So this will be your function body. So this is the syntax of function. So let me repeat. Create or replace function. So name of function is f1. I'm passing formal argument or parameter a varchar2. It should be right, it should be return data type. Return type, it should be mentioned over here. Return whatever you want to return, or if you want to return number you can write here return number. So I'm in my case I want to return varchar2 as a data type is. So it is similar to the procedure. And begin section, so begin section you can write all the calculation part or any mathematical operation you want to do, you can write in this begin and end block. And lastly you have to write a return statement. So this is the last statement which should return whatever you are doing the calculation, that calculation you want to return back. So we have to write return a. So what a is? So a is a parameter which I have passed in the function name. So it will return a as it is. So let me show you. So if I run this part, so it will function is compiled successfully. So it will show you message that function is compiled successfully. Now how to execute? Now let's see the execution method. So to execute functions we have, so there is method one. We can write select statement. So select f1, that is name of my function. So this is the name of function hello world. So I want to print hello world. So I am passing the argument which is of data type varchar2. Hello world I am passing which is a string from dual. So if I run this stuff, it will get output as hello world, because you can see it is returning the same parameter, that is a. Whatever you are passing, it is returning the same parameter. So if I run this part, you will see it is printing hello world. So this is method number one by which you can execute the function. So by using select statement and dual table, you can run the function. or you can run in other way like select F1 and you can take input from the user. Like I am writing ampersand string. So let me show you the output. So if I run this query select statement, you will see that enter the value of string. So I am writing here, I have written here and string, so that's why it is asking enter the value of string. So if I write in single quote that hello, so if I write a hello, it will print as it is on the console. So this is how the method 1 works. So this is by using select statement. Now let's see what is the second method. So again we have second method by using anonymous block. So again it is working similar as a procedure or the method which we use in for calling the procedure, same we are using in this case also. So anonymous block, so we have to declare a variable which you want to pass, or sorry, if you want to store the return type of the function, you have to declare the variable in which you are storing the return value into this variable. So I am returning, I want to in our case it is going to return varchar 2. So you can see here, so in our case it is returning varchar 2, so that's why I have declared a variable varchar 2 of size 45. So I'm writing randomly size, then begin. So again it is anonymous block, it starts with begin. So a whatever the variable which I have declared, in that variable I am storing the value which is returned by the function. So after calling function that is f1, I am passing the argument as hello block. So as I'm using block method, that is anonymous block method, I am passing the argument as hello block semicolon. And next dbms underscore output dot put underscore line a. So whatever the value which is written into this variable that I want to print, so it will print the hello block. So if I compile or if I run this block of code, it will show you the output as procedure successfully compiled. I want to set server output on, so let me set server output on, then it will show you the output. Yes, now let us run the code. Now it will say that hello block. So again you can, if you want to write any other message like hello dear, it will show you the same message. So you will see the output as hello dear. So this is how second method work. Now let me show you this third method. So method number 3 again by using anonymous block but without declaring the variable. So without using variable we can print in begin and end block. So you can see I have not declared any variable. Directly I am writing the statement as dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and in this method or in this package I am calling the function f1 into bracket head here or hide here. So if I run this query, you will see that the output is coming as hide here. So this is how the function works. So let's take a different example, a very simple example for better understanding. So the requirement is write a plsql stored procedure for passing number and return a message either it is even or number based on that number. So we have to do the calculation in the body section and we have to return whether the number passed by the user is even or odd. So this is done by using the function. So let's see. So create or replace function, syntax of function f1. Again I am giving the same name f1. Now see the variable, or we can say it's a parameter. So I am passing the parameter, you can give the name as this is a number which is passed by the user. I am writing p underscore number. So it is a parameter, so that's why I have written p underscore number, and data type is of number. So that's why you have to explicitly specify the number data type. Then return varchar 2. So again, in our case, as per requirement, it is saying that write a plsql stored procedure for passing a number and return a message whether it is even or odd. So as I want to return even and odd, so it should be a varchar 2 data type. Then next is, now here the body starts. So this is your body of function. So you can see the begin block. In begin block, we have to write if statement. So whatever this number is coming from the user, I have to write in the function called as mod function. So we have mod function. So mod function p underscore number, whatever the user will enter the number, this will be taken here, comma 2. It will be divided by 2. And if by dividing it by 2, if the remainder is 0, then return even. Means it will check first condition that if I am passing suppose 4, so it will the 4 will be taken here, and it will be the calculation will be done, and it will check whether the remainder is 0. So p number will be divided by 2, that is 4 will be divided by 2, and if the remainder is 0, then it will return even. Else, suppose my number which is passed is 5. Suppose the user is passing 5 number. So 5 by 2 is not equal to 0. So this will not enter into this if block. It will enter into the else block. In else block directly it will return the odd. So no need to do the calculation because first condition is not satisfying, means ultimately it should be odd number. So it will return odd number, and you have to explicitly specify and if you have to close the if condition and last end section. So if I compile this function, so it will say that function successfully compiled. Now let us call this function. Now by using select statement, I am calling the statement. I am calling the function. So select F1 21. So I am passing the odd number. You can easily understand this is odd number. So if I run this execute statement, you will see the odd number is coming. Now let us take even number. Let's take a 24 number. So if I run this query, you will get the result as even. So this is how the function works. So this was a basic example of even or odd number. By passing, user is passing number and you will get the result as even or odd. So again you can run by using the anonymous block. So this is a method 2, that is using anonymous block. So declare, I am declaring a variable a which should return a varchar 2. So I am explicitly specifying the data type as varchar 2 and size is 10. Begin. So in begin section, in this variable I am storing the function value or returned value by the function. So this will return, or this will call f134, and whatever the value is written by the function, it will be stored into this a variable. And next you have to print the value which is stored into the a variable, which will be even or odd. So if I run this block, you will see that it is even number. So as I have passed 34, it will be even number. Or let's pass 35 number, it will be again odd number. Now let's try to see whether it is accepting the number from the user and number. If I write and number, let's see whether it is accepting the number or not. Yes. So enter the value of number. Let's suppose I am writing 99. Okay. So it is returning the odd number. You will see this is the output. So let's run once again. If I am specifying as 98, it will return even number. So you will see the output as even number. So this is how the this block method works. So I hope this part is pretty much clear. So we had covered basic examples and basic concepts regarding the functions. So in the next video, we'll cover some real life problems or real life examples on functions. So how we can do calculations in real life world. Those part we'll cover in the next video. So we'll meet in the next video. So if you found this information pretty well, so please do subscribe and press the bell icon. So thank you all and have a wonderful day.